It looks like we are losing our control. Like you are flying an airplane and you lose the control. Or you are driving a train and suddenly you find that you cannot control the train anymore. You are driving a car. You cannot stop the car. And there is a Zen story about this. There is a person who sits on a horse, galloping very quickly. And at one crossroad, one friend of his shouted, "Where are you going?" And the man said, "I don't know, you ask the horse." And that is our situation. The horse is technology. It carries us. We cannot control technology anymore. That is our situation. So we have to begin with intention, asking ourselves, what do we want? What do we want? The slogan, the unofficial slogan of Google is, "Don't be evil." You can make money without being evil. And is that practical? Is it possible? Can you make a lot of money without being evil? And that's what they try to do, but so far not very successful. You want to be wealthy. You want to be number one. And that costs you your life because you are carried away by the work. You do not have the time to take care of yourself. You do not have the time to create joy and happiness for yourself. You do not have the time to take care of your beloved ones in the family. Because when you do not have the time for yourself, when you do not know how to take care of yourself, how can you take care of people you love? So technology is making us alienated from ourselves, from our family, and also from nature, because nature has the power to heal and to nourish. And you spend so much time with your computer, with your search for information and looking for feelings to forget your real problem. So the fact is that we are running away from ourselves, from our family, from our Mother Earth. And that means that civilization is going in a wrong direction. Even if you don't kill anyone, if you don't rob anyone, but by making money, you do not have the time to take care of yourself. You lose your real life, and you do not have the time to take care of your family and of nature. It means you are doing something not good. Even if you don't kill anyone, if you don't rob anyone from anything, making money like that costs you your life, your happiness, the life happiness of your beloved one, and the life of nature, Mother Earth. So that is evil. Making money is evil. But is there any other way to make money without being evil? You know that somehow you are participating in making suffering. People have suffering within themselves. They have loneliness, they have despair, they have anger, they have fear. And most of people are afraid of going home to take care of themselves because they think that they will be overwhelmed by the suffering inside. So most of us try to cover up the suffering inside by consuming. We are trying to run away from ourselves in order not to have to confront the suffering within. And technology is helping us to do so. So technology is evil. The horse is supposed to carry us to a good destination. The train also, the plane also, and technology also. But it is not doing that work. And we are not in control. And technology so far has helped us to run away from ourselves at the cost of our own life and happiness, the life and happiness of our beloved one, and the beauty of Mother Earth. So you cannot say that you are not evil, because while realizing your dream of being wealthy, you sacrifice your life, you sacrifice the happiness of your beloved one, and you cause damage to Mother Earth. You do not have the chance to be nourished and healed by her. So it's not so easy not to be evil. But if technology can help you to go home to yourself and take care of your anger, take care of your despair, take care of your loneliness, if technology help you to create joyful feelings, happy feelings for yourself and for beloved one, it's good. Going a good way, you can make good use of technology. And maybe when you are happy, when you have the time for yourself and your beloved one, and then maybe you can be more successful in your business. You can make more money if you are really happy, if you have a good emotional health, if you can reduce the amount of stress and despair within yourselves. So during the talk, I tried to speak about the 4 nutriments. You know that in Buddhist psychology, there are 5 universal mental formations. Contact, sukh, attention, tác ý, feelings, thọ, perception, tưởng, volition, tư. And these are called mental formations. And they are always there at any moment, expressing themselves in our consciousness. So the first one is contact. The last one is tư. And these two mental formations are considered to be food, to be nutriment, thực. You have xúc thực, and you have tư niệm thực. Xúc thực is the kind of food we consume not with our mouth. The food we consume with our mouth is called edible food. And this is sensory impressions. And that is a kind of food. And those of us who want to consume in order to forget the suffering in us, we can use technology. We want to consume. We consume not because we need to consume. We consume with the purpose to forget for a while the suffering inside of us. Like when we are lonely, fearful, we go and search for something to eat in the refrigerator. We are looking for something to eat or to drink, not because we need the food, we need the drink, but we are doing that because we want to forget for some time the suffering in us. So many people are addicted to eating and become fat and suffer of many kind of disease just because we are looking for food, for consumption, in order to forget our suffering. And that is edible food. But the food here is sensory impressions. We want to have a sensation. Or we pick up a book, we read, and expecting to have a sensation. We go to the internet, we look for pictures and songs and musics to have a kind of feeling, a kind of sensations. And the purpose is just to run away from ourselves, to avoid ourselves, or to cover up the suffering in us. That is the second source of nutriment talked about by the Buddha, sensory impressions. When you listen to the music, when you read a book, when you pick up a newspaper to read, not exactly because you need these things. You do that like a machine. Because you are used to doing that. You do it in order to not to have the chance to encounter yourself. You are afraid of going home to yourself. That is true to many of us. We are afraid of going home to ourselves because we don't know how to handle the suffering inside of us. That is why we are looking for sensory impressions in order to consume. And technology, the internet, is helping us to do so. So many young people are doing that. A teenager confessed to us in a retreat that he spent at least 8 hours with electronic games and he cannot abandon that. In the beginning, he was looking for games in order to forget. Now he's addicted to it. Because in real life, he does not feel feel any love, any understanding, anything like that in family, in the school, in society. So many young people are trying to fill up the loneliness, the emptiness inside by looking for impressions, sensory impressions. That is the second source of nutriment. Now, as a Buddhist monk or Buddhist nun, we doing the same. If the people, young people in the world, they are doing so, they are running away from themselves, they are looking for sensory impression to forget their suffering. Are we monastics supposed to do the same? If you go to the internet and download a film and a song to enjoy, then you are doing the same. You have to do the way the Buddha prescribed you to do. Going home to yourself without fear. Breathe and walk to generate the energy of mindfulness and concentration and insight, and go home and take care of the loneliness inside, of the suffering inside. You do not have the time to go and look for sensory impressions, sense impressions, to fill up the loneliness, the vacuum in us. If we do like that, we are not really a monastic. We are doing exactly what the people in the world they are doing, trying to cover up the loneliness, the suffering inside. That is why in this winter retreat we have to practice it with our own responsibility, not because they tell us to do it that we do it, but do it because there is an enlightenment, there is an awakening. They want to do it to do differently than the people in the world, in order to help people in the world. If we are doing exactly like the people in the world, and then we cannot help them. We have to learn to go home to ourselves and take care of the suffering inside, and get the peace, the joy that we need so that we can help people. That is why no email address, no internet, no Facebook is not something that makes you suffer, but a kind of practice that help you to become a real practitioner. And if you do it, if you are awake, if you wake up to that kind of truth, you will do it with joy, and not like people try to deprive you of Facebook or of a email address and things like that. Because there are many people who check their email several times a day and find nothing new. Because you are empty inside, you are looking for something new. But something new, nothing new in the world except suffering. And you have to be able to generate something really new, a feeling of joy, a feeling of happiness. And that is possible with the practice of mindfulness.